Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
Wow, look who's back. Do you see who that is? Do you recognize her? Well, that's Jordan Cheyenne, the woman who basically forced her kid to cry for some YouTube views about 5 months ago. Well, apparently she's now back on YouTube. If you don't remember all the details to the situation, here's a quick summary from my previous video on the situation. But hey, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new video. As you can maybe tell, I saw something on the internet yet again that infuriated me so much that I had to make a video about it. So here we are. So there's a YouTube family vlogger mom by the name of Jordan Cheyenne who recently displayed some very sociopathic tendencies on her YouTube vlog channel, which really shouldn't be too much of a big surprise when you just look at the other stuff that I've covered here on this channel. I mean, the whole thing of profiting off of your child's emotions is quite the slippery slope. But from what I can gather about this topic, their family's dog was unfortunately diagnosed with parvo. If you don't know what parvo is, you are very lucky. Parvo is basically the worst thing a dog can get. Essentially, it's an illness that's highly likely for a dog to pass away from if it hasn't been vaccinated yet. Most puppies are very susceptible to it because they're not old enough to actually get vaccinated against it. So if you're a young child and you find out your dog is probably going to die, that's extremely heartbreaking. That is probably the worst thing that you can find out as a kid. So the video I'm referring to, it seems like they started filming right when they got out of the vet. The kid was completely distraught. He was heartbroken. And the mom thought this was a great time to not only vlog it, but also when they finished vlogging the clip, she, I guess, forgot to edit out the bit where she was begging him to like get close and like try to cry more and like pose for the thumbnail. It's some of the most disgusting I've seen on YouTube.
I also feel like it's kind of invalidating of his feelings, though. He was genuinely crying, and then
yeah,
she
and
was
she's
saying,
like, "Oh, cry more, cry." Oh my! Just watch this clip.
Come here. Look at me, look at me, look at me. We have to do this. Look at me. She's going to be okay. Repeat this. Say, Rosie is healthy. Look at me. Rosie is healthy. Look at me. Rosie's beautiful. Rosie is strong. She is healthy. She will make it. She will make it. She will make it. It's crazy. No matter how much you know about positive mindset, law of attraction, it doesn't matter how much you're educated on that. When you're in the moment, it's still so hard to not feel sad. I'm gonna let you guys go. I need to go be there for Christian. I just wanted to give you an update because so many of you turned on the countdown reminders for my new video today and you wanted to see our big news. Please pray for her. I know she's gonna make it through. She's an amazing, beautiful little girl, and I can't wait for her to bring her home and be part of our family. So if you could pray for us, we appreciate it. I love you guys. Come here, come closer for the video. Come closer. Come closer.
So at this point, I guess she forgot to edit out this bit.
Come closer. Put your head right here. Come closer. Closer down. Put your head down here. Act like you're crying. Really quick.
I am crying.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Is that it?
No, I paused it because it's like there's still 10 seconds left. This cannot be good for the child at all. So all of her emotions are just fake, it seems like. Because like she basically completely snapped out of it as soon as she stopped filming her video, or she thought she stopped filming her video.
Yeah.
So it seems like she's returned with some sort of an apology video. I'm interested in seeing what she has to say because what she did, it's not really excusable. Essentially, what she did is something you would expect South Park to make as a parody of family vloggers. But this is just the reality, or was the reality, of her family, which is very alarming, but let's see what she has to say in this video.
5 months ago, I made a terrible, terrible decision, which I am so deeply upset with myself for that I can't even articulate. I've had such a deep sadness within me that everything that happened and that has kind of crumbled, to be totally honest with you, in my world the past 5 months. I've had such a deep regret and sadness that I'm the one that caused that. I chose to put my content and making a video ahead of the emotional needs of Christian in that moment, and it's been my absolute biggest regret.
Okay, straight to the point. That's a good start.
That was an extremely emotional day. We got a puppy. It turns out she had parvo. Took her to the emergency vet and they told us she might not make it. I do just want to address a few things really quickly. There has been a new viral clip going around saying that the puppy died, and then I pulled out the camera and made a video about our dog dying. That's completely false. I've been off all social media for 5 months, so I'm not sure where people are getting this information. Rosie did not die, thank God. She was in the emergency vet for about 2 weeks, and then she did get to come home, but she had very, very bad parvo, and they told us she may not make it. That's why we were, initially crying and very upset in that first video.
Hey, that's good to hear. I mean, we had a parvo scare with Gary, and that was horrifying, but thankfully it was only a scare and he didn't actually have it.
I've tried to film this video a few times within the past week, and it's been incredibly emotional for me because the hate and bullying and cancellation that I've been through the past 5 months has been absolutely, absolutely traumatizing, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe I can go into this in another video. I wish I could talk about everything that I've been through on that side of it, but I don't want to seem like I'm coming off as the victim or like, oh, poor me. But I think there is definitely a conversation to be had about cancel culture and about how far people take things.
You weren't canceled. You were being held accountable for your actions. Nobody wants to see a kid's emotions being used for clicks on the internet. So the internet's natural reaction to this was disgust. This shouldn't be acceptable. YouTube has been this like fantastic gift to the world and allowing basically anyone to monetize anything. And in return, the viewers get free content. But monetizing your kids' emotions is a very slippery slope because we have all of these child actor horror stories, and imagine all the stuff that's gonna come out from these kids who grew up in these like vlog families 10 to 15 years from now.
There's definitely gonna be like a Netflix documentary.
Oh, 100%. Any of the kids who grew up in one of the top family vlog channels, that's an instant $1 million book deal if they just tell all of what happened. But all of this is just so new. There's not a lot of rules around this, and here we have this mom who basically just snitched on herself, capitalizing on her kids' emotions for YouTube clicks. Not even just capitalizing on it, she basically coached the kid to cry more for her YouTube views. So naturally, that's gonna piss off a whole lot of people. The internet isn't one person, nor is it just a small group of people. You have all sorts of people, so the reactions of people are gonna be very different. You're gonna have very normal reactions of people going, wow, that's disgusting, shame on her. And then you're gonna have the people who go way overboard and end up doxing, harassing, and all of that. Should she be held accountable for this? Yes, definitely. Should CPS be notified of this? Probably. Should she be harassed, threatened, or doxed? Absolutely not. That does not help the situation in any way. But let's see what else she has to say.
I mean, I've had so many, the cancellation and the messages and the death threats that I've got and the comments that I've got. People have put my address out there, my family's personal information, harassed my family's jobs, hacked into all of my accounts on every level. Has been absolutely terrible for me and put me in such a state of, I'm going to be honest, a few months ago, I was in a really bad depression. I'm kind of out of it now. I know my mentality is a lot better and a lot stronger now, even though I'm still upset and I'm still emotional. It's just because I've been through so much the past 5 months. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's getting out of focus. I've been through so much that I literally can't even articulate into words. So I'm not trying to like cry or anything in this video, but if it happens, it's just because everything in my world has changed and this has all been insanely emotional for me.
It's awful that she was threatened, doxed, and hacked. That's not acceptable. If there should be any form of punishment, it should be done by either YouTube or a court of law, not by random internet vigilantes. But yeah, I'm sure it's hard emotionally to be caught red-handed treating your son like a character in your vlog universe rather than your actual child.
I don't know if other YouTubers feel this way, but you definitely get to a place where you feel like you have to get the content all the time, right? I would constantly do things with Christian and go out to events and whatever, and you constantly feel that pressure that you have to bring the camera, have to take this angle, have to do this thumbnail and what have you. And I had these past 5 months to do so much internal work within myself and ask myself why I got to a place where I was prioritizing that, especially on such an emotional day where Christian and I were already so upset over this situation. And I am so deeply disgusted at myself and regretful that I even got to that place. Like I can't even watch the clip back. That is not a reflection at all of the deep love that I have for Christian. A lot of people saw that one clip and just thought, oh, she's shit. She's a terrible mother. They have no idea that literally all I've been doing since Christian has been born is been trying to build an incredible life for him, you know, have financial security, take him out for adventures, and literally just give him the best life possible. So the fact that I worked very hard on putting out content for 7 years that was positive and uplifting and about trying to be the best mom that I can, the fact that something blew up, that put me in such a negative light and that was just such a bad thing that I did has been extremely hard for me to battle and internalize.
Yeah, the YouTube content treadmill is a rough treadmill to be on. It's not for everyone. Believe me, I've dedicated literally a quarter of my life to this website, but that's no excuse for what you did. The kid was already crying. You didn't need to coach him for a better thumbnail. Like, imagine if this kid now feels like he has to like exaggerate his emotions for future content for his mother. That cannot be healthy. But I mean, I hope she's resolved all this with her kid and that it's not currently going on. She also apparently deleted her channel due to all the hate, but she was able to get it back.
I was obviously not in a good mental state. I was getting so much hate that, and not just like, oh, we don't like you, like yourself there. I can put some stuff up on the screen here of emails that I've got of people saying the most vulgar, downright disgusting, nasty things. I completely see why, if anyone has been through anything even remotely similar to this, why they would never come back to social media or why they would never, you know, face their audience or face YouTube or face Instagram again. These comments are enough to really make people go into a very bad mental depressive, anxiety-filled state. And I know that all of this is because of that extremely poor, horrible action that I took. I'm the victim in no way here. What I did is disgusting. If I could take it back in a second, I would.
I know she's saying she's not the victim, but she's kind of painting the story like she is the victim. We know what comes with internet hate. It's not like we can really enforce it too much either, because when we start enforcing that, we start losing our rights. Isn't Australia talking about where you have to like submit your ID just to use social media? I swear, every time they try to enforce a certain thing on the internet, it always backfires in some other way. If I was gonna give some unsolicited advice to my fellow creators here, don't let the positive nor negative comments get to your head. If you let the positive comments get to your head, the negative ones are gonna hurt a lot more. If you let the negative ones get to your head, well, that's not gonna be very productive.
In the past 5 months, I have just deeply missed creating content for you guys more than I can say. And I asked myself so many times, is it right to come back? Do I want to come back? And obviously now I'm here, I'm making this video because I've decided that there's nothing else I want to do but come back and make the best possible content for you guys and move forward in a positive way and just do the absolute best that I can do for the future. That's all I can do. Me rolling over and dying and quitting on all of my dreams is just not an option. And that wouldn't be me being the best mom. That wouldn't be me advocating and working hard for a better life for Christian. That would be a complete disservice to him, to myself, to my audience, everything. So I decided that even though I know I'm coming back to a lot of hate, I also know there's positivity and love out there and that we all can, learn and grow.
I mean, I agree with her here because I'm assuming the family relies on her channel for income, and them going homeless, that would not be productive for the child at all. I think everyone deserves a second chance. Maybe don't include the kids as much, or especially don't broadcast their heartbreak for the entire world to see. That's a good start.
I want to let you guys know the decision that I've made for the future. It's gonna make me sad. The decision I've made for the future with YouTube is that I will not be showing Christian. And it makes me really, really sad because I know it's the right decision. I know that my child deserves everything. He's an amazing kid. I want him to be so present in his life and just be enjoying, going out and whatever we end up doing. I don't want him at all to have to focus on mom's pulling out the camera. I have to do this angle. I have to smile for this. I want him to be fully present and enjoy the moment and live his best life. And I know that's the right decision at my core. I know it is. I know that's the best for him and that's the best parenting decision as a mom for me.
Okay, well, that's actually a little surprising. Like, I feel like there's a middle ground here. I mean, cutting out the kid cold turkey, I haven't seen too much of her other content, so I don't know if he's like a main character in the vlogs. Obviously, it's her son, but like, if he's a big part of her vlogs, I feel like that's kind of to the extreme. There's a middle ground here to find. You can include your son in the vlog in a positive way without doing what you did.
I think it's probably good that he's not in it at all.
If she can make the channel work without him, yeah, that's good. But also, I feel like she's doing this to please the internet. If she's gonna completely cut him out cold turkey, I mean, then the Ace family should cut out their kids cold turkey, and so should like the LeBrant family. You have all of these vlog channels that should cut out their kids then. So it's like, maybe don't coach them to cry in your vlogs. Just don't film their trauma. That's a good start. You don't have to cut them out cold turkey. But I feel like this is a 16-minute video that should have been a 3-minute video. Like, apologize. Say what you've done to better yourself. Say what you're gonna do to move forward. We get it. The internet has a bunch of people, but your actions led yourself into this position.
But yeah, the cancellation and the bullying and all of that was taken to a very extreme level, and I feel traumatized mentally by some of the things that happened. And while that has been so terrible, I have also just decided internally and made the choice that I'm not going to let that stop me from succeeding in my future. So I took the necessary time that I needed to step away from social media, away from the camera, away from sharing my life on any level. It hasn't been the right time for me to come back yet. It just wasn't right. And currently at this time, I'm still obviously going to be emotional. I mean, so much has happened, but I just feel I'm ready.
Good for her that she's back. I believe everyone deserves a second chance. I feel like cutting out the kid completely is a little bit overkill. Unless, if that's what the kid wanted, then it's a good move. Anyway, that's my take on the situation. What's yours? If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.